Hey everyone, happy Friday this week. So, got a little bit of a schedule change. Some extra work time yesterday. I'm gonna tweet out. Let's tweet and let people know we're on and see if anyone wants to play some games to start out with. Otherwise, I'll dive into some other stuff. Weekly design stream. Hey Peleg, welcome. We want to play a round of Drawosaurus. Dinosaur. How are you doing? What's going on? Alright, let me set my break timer. Dinosaur. Oh, I suppose I need a link. This is really something I should have. Can't see a cursor. I think that's it. I always forget if it's UX designer or UX design. It must be this. Yep. Okay. Cool. Send it out. I'm doing pretty well. Trying to think of what's been going on. So this week I've been juggling 3 projects, hit milestones for 2 of them. We'll spend some time this weekend wrapping up some of the stuff. I did set fairly aggressive milestones to try to get in front of things and get some good momentum. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, but also just feeling a little bit worn out and tired from just juggling those things. Other than that, doing well. Shall we, so we got at least a couple people in here. Shall we play a Drawosaurus game? Is everyone who's tuning in on a computer? We need a few people to play. I'll just do a quick demo. This is a game that I've been playing with colleagues and friends remotely, and it's pretty fun. Let's say UX design. And so it happens, let's see. UX design. Where is it? I don't see it. Didn't I create the room? Create a room. Room name UX design. Public room, up to 8 people. Maybe I should just put this. I should just put this in a Twitter link. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, that was something I was going to talk about. Maybe I'll just go on to... I'll go to the tweet. I'll reply. Oh, let's change it. Looks like someone joined. Or feel welcome to join. Uh-oh. Is it started? no one drawing? Oh, here we go. So this is cool. So someone's drawing. Nice. So let's see if we can get a few more people in the room. Oh, I keep switching between the... I'm sorry, it's my turn to draw, isn't it? Well, this is not going to work. I can't show my screen and draw, though. Sorry. It didn't automatically assign one for me. Streaming and playing a remote game is much more difficult than getting on a video chat with people and doing it. Alright, let's see what we got here. So I gotta find a way to get this back up. Oh, I think I know. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, where's the freaking tweet? Oh, there we go. I did do it. Let's pin this. Okay. Nice. We got a few people in playing. Oh, except when I show it, this stinks. Like, let's see. Let's figure out how do I do it without giving away everything. Let's do this. Shoot. Screens. Is it my turn? No. Great. Gotta figure out a way to block. Figure this out. I'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to cover up the top. I have to cover up the top. I have to cover up the sides. Oh, but then it can't be active. So actually, here's what we'll do. I guess I can't really play. I have to disable this. All right, give me a few rounds. I totally know what this is, but I don't want to give it away. I need to hide this. It's not designed with streaming in mind. Okay, I gotta get, can I type it in 1 second? Nope. It's Phoenix, right? Yep. Alright. Okay, okay. Shoot. Alright. I'll choose a word. I'll play. Oh, come on. Oh, man. My window keeps changing. I don't have enough time. It doesn't give me enough time. Sorry. Trying to figure out how to show this and be able to play. It's a complete disaster. All right, so this I want to hide. Okay. This is interesting. So something has moved from one to another. Okay, so I gotta hide this side area too. Hang on, we'll get this. We'll get this. There we go. Alright, I got a safe version. Oh wait, now I can't enter my thing. Shoot, that doesn't work. Here we go. Nice. Okay, I think I have a way I can share and play now. The only problem is going to be when I have to draw. Oh, you can see what I'm typing in. I guess if you're really fast, you can see what I'm typing. So I guess that doesn't totally get it. What if I do color white? Okay, I'm gonna have to type really carefully. Okay, I think I got it set up safe. However, shoot, so this is where it's gonna screw up. Let's see, can I switch my screen? I'm not gonna figure this out in time. It gives me like 5 seconds to pick something. Sorry. Again. I have to, let's see, what can I do? I can, geez, I have like 50 of these things open. Okay, I can switch to, I can switch my camera. Where's my, hey Ralph, are you playing with us? I should put the link in chat too. We're trying to play. Other people are being able to draw, and I'm trying to figure out how I can safely draw and, whoa, what is that? It's like mountains and a lake with a bird, but what's the waffle below it? With a star on it. I have no idea. What was it? Of course, now I'm blocking it, so I can't even see what it was. Blue. I'm gonna guess blue. I'm gonna guess water. Oh, here we go. Huh. Kind of animal. Wow, these are great. Ooh, I got it. I've got to take a screenshot of this. This is fantastic. Look at this. Ooh, we got some art. Nice. All right. I still haven't figured out how I can... Oh, man. Hang on. Let me see. Where's my freaking window? All right. You'll see what it is, I guess. This is the thing. Nice. Alright, that worked. Oh, here's where you have some tools. Alright, let's play this a few more minutes. I'm going to try to figure out how to... Wait a minute, I'm not streaming? Wait, where's my streaming software? It just freaking disappeared, so I can't switch my window. Alright, we've only got 2. This is... I don't see anything. We'll do one more. I know. Nope. I can't see what I'm typing. Huh. That's great. Brilliant stuff. I'm gonna take screenshots of these. All right. I'm gonna quit. We don't have enough people playing, and this makes, I imagine, horrible video. Thanks for playing, Peleg. Appreciate it. Maybe I think I will try that again, but not as streaming. We'll get a video call or something going. That's gonna be much better for that. All right, that was interesting. So that's a new, I guess, new problem. Super extreme edge case. How do you play a game while you're live streaming and not give things away and be able to participate in it? It's not easy. Short answer. So don't do it. Ralph mentions that, hey, Usability Hub is giving 45 days free for their annual plan. Sweet. Yeah, I think that's for new users, Ralph. Have you tried it out? Is that for everyone? We can give Usability Hub a little. We're providing extended free trials. Nice. So if you haven't signed up for Usability Hub before, now is a great time to head on over and take advantage of. I don't even know what the pro features are. They say free trials. Upgraded tests. So you can do custom welcome sections, custom thank you sections, branding, post-test redirects, it looks like. Nice. So that's excellent. All right, moving along, kind of interesting stuff. Is using Usability Hub a viable form of user research? Of course. Yep. I think it's really helpful in making decisions. Especially kind of small decisions where there's no single path, right, for design. It's not like there's only one design answer. It's not 1 + 2 = 3. There are 100 different ways of going at it. Each path has its own trade-offs, has its own strengths and weaknesses, which different customers or stakeholders may value differently. So yeah, I think Usability Hub is a fantastic way to like unblock yourself, let the crowd decide for things that are, you know, less important. What else am I going to talk about? I'm going to get the next UX design contest moving, so I'll work on it a bit this weekend. If I finish writing it, then I'll launch it, and we'll get started on that. I'm thinking of doing something that can be flexible for people who want to do mobile, focus on mobile apps design or you know, desktop design. And I'm thinking of doing something COVID related, but not that COVID related, indirectly COVID related. Volunteers, we've got a few volunteers, so like shout out to people who have applied to help work on some projects. We've got some things in progress. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to keep things open and be supportive without like getting in the way, because I think that's, at the end of the day, these are the prompts Like, I want people to have freedom to solve problems, not just like do tasks that I assign. So that's available. If you want to participate in a volunteer project, I'll just scroll over and show that, yes, I'm also providing charity donations for delivering volunteer projects. So if you're looking for something new, some of these can be completed in, you know, a handful of hours. So check that out if you're interested. I'll just plug the link and then I'll respond to Ralph. Ralph says that he was thinking of doing a case study and using Usability Hub for user testing. Want to check out app reviews in the stores to see if there are any opportunities to improve. Okay, I think there's two different things going on here. So one, like using Usability Hub for user testing, I'd say you can do it. It can be helpful if you really break things down by task, right? So if you have like navigation steps, you want to make sure that people can navigate to a place, cool. You want to make sure people can answer a question or find something. Those kind of really discrete, well-defined tasks with well-defined boundaries, those can be great. Sure, you can add those up. I'd say the thing that's quite different about Usability Hub that is typical with usability testing is there's no think aloud, right? So you don't really get a sense of what people are thinking when they do it. So just keep that in mind. And then the second thing Ralph says is I want to check out app reviews in the stores to see if there are any opportunities to improve. That's a great source of finding problems. So if you're looking for problems or opportunities for improvement, going to a place that has reviews that you can trust and you believe, like credible reviews, those are a great place to go. Ralph says, if I make a case study that uses Usability Hub as research only with the intent of that case study landing him a job, do you think it works? Again, I think the answer is it depends, which Ralph knows by now is my favorite answer in the world because I think context and situation is everything. So if I'm kind of reading under the question, I think Ralph's asking about like, is there any problem about using Usability Hub to make decisions? It's not inherently, like it depends on the quality of your research. If you design a strong Usability Hub test and you recruit, you know, the right kind of people for the test, then I think it's fairly easy to say that, hey, I've done this test, like I tested the types of people who are using our product or prospective users of the product, and therefore I'm making decisions based off of the significant conclusions that I drew because I also tested with enough people. So if all the factors are there, sure. Is a case study going to land you a job? I think that's the second part. I don't think a case study or a portfolio, which actually kind of brings us into this other question. So maybe we'll skip ahead to this. Is a case study going to land you a job? No, I don't. The only thing that can land you a job is you. And a case study can be helpful, right, in the process. So I saw this tweet, I guess from much earlier in the day today, from Doug Collins asking, should portfolios be used in the UX hiring process? Why or why not? And a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. I have my own like strong opinion. I'm big on portfolios. I think yes, it's a great way to kind of filter out people early on in the process. Filter out or filter in, right? Both of those cases, depending on what the portfolio is like. I think the portfolio it's basically just like an intro. So it gives people the opportunity where everyone is essentially has, you know, if you have access to the web, you can argue that you're on fairly level playing field and that you have access to the same resources as anyone else who has access to the web has, right? So creating a portfolio, being able to provide some evidence, talk about like what you're looking for, telling your story, and demonstrating that you can do the work, like that's not a bad thing. I can speak a little bit. We didn't actually kick off our hiring process before COVID struck and we went into a hiring freeze. But right before COVID, like I had worked with our team lead on kind of the strategy for a product design hire. And one of the first things that we do is get a link to their portfolio. So send us something, show us your previous work, and that's going to be I had a whole little criteria for evaluating portfolios and kind of saying, cool, are these signals that basically say like, no, not interested, or definitely interested, let's move this person forward in the process. It also, I believe, can be very helpful in helping set up candidates for success when it comes to presenting their work. So portfolio presentation is a fairly common practice for on-site interviews. And I think that having a hiring manager and the people involved review the portfolio ahead of time can be really useful, because you can help the candidate identify case studies or projects that have some relevancy or overlap and can speak to the types of qualities that the team really wants to be able to see and evaluate. So did that answer your question, Ralph? in a roundabout way? I think that making case studies and just doing the work like you're talking about is the way to start setting yourself up for success. As long as you're getting things reviewed, get feedback so that you have confidence that those case studies are delivering the message that you want people to remember, and that's definitely going to help. So curious, what do other people think? Peleg and Ralph, whether it's from experience or just do you have like opinions? This could be Doug could have done a hot take, like portfolio should never be used in UX hiring process, or portfolio should always be involved in UX hiring process. What's your take? The other thing I wanted to call out is Pablo Stanley is building this cool design app. It's not ready yet, but he's been sharing some screenshots and little animations of him playing around with the app as he's working on it. And I'll just say, hey, this is probably a great thing to just plug in your email so you get a heads up and you don't have to think about it or worry about missing out, and you'll find this cool thing. Oh, this is interesting. It looks like, are you Illustrator? How does this work? Join Blush as an illustrator. Interesting. That's cool. So if you're an illustrator, you can apply, I guess, to contribute. So last week I had done some Banner Bear stuff, and I reached out to, I'm not going to remember his name because we just interfaced once. I feel embarrassed for not remembering his name, but the creator of Banner Bear is reached out to me after I contacted for some support. He basically said, oh, here's the mistake you made in entering the info, and I got stuff hooked up. So you can see, I'll show, let's see. So 6 days ago, I generated, right, I have this Airtable I just plugged in some text, and then Banner Bear generates these images. First step, blah, blah, blah. So I've got this cool stuff. These are all images, and then I can just double click and save on them and whatnot. So that's cool. What I was thinking of was kind of, I like these kind of questions or quotes, and I'm thinking it could be interesting to set up a Banner Bear or create a Banner Bear template for a big image. Like what size is this screen? How can I tell? Is there a way to see how big a window is? I guess I can take a screenshot and then measure it with a tool. Is there? There isn't, is there? There's no easy way for me to say how big is this window in dimensions. It also looks like it's not quite lining up. Yeah, so I thought I'd play around with making Banner Bear some quotes, and my goal is for it to be this thing that fits the screen. And I suppose actually this might work. Here we go. 1729 by 1057. I'm just gonna write that down. Yeah, Ralph's asking about inspect element. The thing is with inspect element, so I can inspect, but the only thing that I can see, I'm only gonna be able to see the window without the Chrome. That's the thing. But it looked like the screenshot thing worked. That's a good idea though. That's what I was thinking of first, Ralph. Peleg says, if he's hiring, the first thing they want to see is portfolio. Yep, I'm pretty much the same way, right? Like, let's see some work, let's see some communication, let's see some documentation skills, and check that out. I wonder if I can remember. There's this really cool here it is. Let me show you this. This person is kind of like a designer slash front-end developer. I'll pull this. No, I won't, because there it is. Let's get this in here. I'll share the link. I sent this to myself as inspiration. You can go to DevTools, select HTML root, go to computed, but that's just going to be, it's still just going to be for the window, right? I actually want something to fill this entire screen, the Chrome and everything. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Simple, super clean, writing on interesting things like layered box shadows. And this is something that I kind of picked up as a habit in looking at other sites. I tend to just do 2 layers of shadows. I'll show you an example. Let's see, like this card here. So if I inspect it, you'll see, oops, I gotta go to the card itself. Here we go. So you'll see for the card, for box shadow, I have 2 box shadows, right? They're separated by a comma. They have different distances and blurs and different, oh wow, even different colors. Not sure that's intentional. And Tobias wrote this cool article about it that goes even further, showing like, hey, you can stack, you know, a whole bunch of them if you want it to look even smoother, and goes through some different distances, short and near, and cool stuff. I feel like this is a really, I think, smart habit, is when you stumble upon these things, like take a few minutes, write something down. Don't necessarily go whole hog and write like a huge blog post about it, but write something down and capture it and see, you know, have a board that you can ask some other people, like, hey, which of these are you interested in? Which of these, would be helpful? And identify some things that you can use to help people. I think this is a really cool portfolio. To me, it shows like this is someone who's very active in like front end stuff, sharing, right? All this good stuff. All right, that's that. Ralph has a question about learning. Right now, Ralph is spending some time on UI only and then later on UX. Sort of split it in the day. Do you think it's a good idea or focus on one purely for a while? Interesting question. So I have to kind of translate, Ralph, to what I think you mean, and I'll say back kind of what I'm thinking. So focusing on UI design to me is about like the pieces, right? Like, oh, what's this how does this show hover state? How do we do, tabbing through? How do you show focus? What is the order and layout? It's kind of design system stuff. It's patterns. It's, styling of typography and imagery and coming up with all that stuff. It's basically the visual and interaction layers I'll describe as. That's like UI design. Cool. Focusing on some of that stuff is great. And then it says, and then later on, you switch and then you're thinking about like UX. I think where I would have a question for you is, what do you mean? Do you mean for the same project, or you're talking about learning? So are these just like switching gears, doing one type of task and then doing some different types of tasks? I think switching and mixing up makes a lot of sense. I think the order in which you're working on things is important. For example, let's give an example. Like, I didn't always have this navigation here. When I first started this website, UX Design Contest, I didn't have this side navigation. I just had a single column, kind of these cards all stacked up, right? And one of the disadvantages of that is there's no real way quickly to get a glance at like, what are the different things I can learn here, right? Quickly. Maybe someone just like looks at this and they're like, I don't really know what this is about. I don't really know what I can do here. So that kind of UX focus or UX issue led me to think about the problem. Okay, I want to have some sort of navigation. And that led me to thinking about the UI design, right? Do I want to have a top nav? I kind of like this. I'm kind of keen on this unusual entry place. It's got the title. It's got this little thing going on here. It's got this floating trophy. It's got the main call to action, like just sign up to get notified. And then the site kind of starts. So for me, I like the idea of the sticky sidebar. It also mimics when I go to a contest, right? I can use the same kind of thing. Again, for the same reason. Originally, my contest design was just a big stack of stuff that you had to scroll through. Now you can easily like jump. Oh, what are the prizes? What are the rules? How am I going to be judged? Oh, what's the note? Oh, who won this one? It's got all this stuff. So I hope that helps in thinking that your UI design exercise or practice can be most effective if you've already identified a specific UX goal or problem. So I hope that helps. I think another thing I would recommend is, as much as you can, tie your learning to something you're like really interested in doing. So if you're thinking about, well, I guess we'll take navigation for example. Think about something you want to make that you want or need a navigation, and then start thinking about that. Hope that helps. Did I ever write down that dimensions? Let's see. Oh, by the way, let's share. I'll just quickly share. I wish I'd captured who was drawing these things, but just some of the like awesome, amazing art. We've got this polar bear, and then this camera with a photo, which I don't think I guessed it. I don't know what it was. I guessed many things, but some great artists involved. Okay, this is one 1729 1057. All right, so I'm gonna make a new project. Can't delete projects yet, so this is going to be streaming UX design questions. All right, I'm gonna create a template. I'm gonna create a custom size, which is 1729 by 1057. Cool. And now I'm gonna edit template. I'm going to give it a layer. Let's see. I don't like this color picker in that you can drag your mouse around. I guess you get a little preview. I guess it's just in the color place. Color do I want to make this? I have no idea. Just make it nice and dark. Then it shouldn't be super. There we go. Oh, this is kind of nice. All right, let's make sure I'm not covering up the chat. Okay, so we've got this quote here. I want to use this quote as an example. So I'll have a new layer. We're gonna have some text. I can't see where the text is. Okay, here it is. We need to change this fast. There we go. All right, let's plug in our text, and now we can try some different fonts. Anyone have a font recommendation? I know it's probably hard to see what's in this list. Poppins. Where's font weight? Where's weight? Here it is. WGT. Poppins is kind of a fun one. Nunito is also kind of fun. Line height, so there we go. Where's this width? There it is, 1314. And then, what do you say? Should we add some little shapes and things? Let's see what we can do. A circle. I'm gonna do a pink. Circle. Yay. All we can do are circles and rectangles. It looks like I can add images though, so maybe we'll just make some shapes. Let's make some shapes in Sketch. Wait, I can't delete. Can't hit delete key yet. Come on, come on. How do I get rid of this thing here? Okay. I totally, oh, this is what I wish. Actually, I may go on Upwork and see if I can find a developer who's interested in making a Sketch plugin. So basically what I want to do, I think this banner bear thing is a fantastic idea. Like the ability to pull in data from Airtable and have it create an image is fantastic. But I absolutely hate this way of building the image. It sucks, right? I mean, it sucks. So what I want to do, and maybe I'll pitch this to the creator of Banner Bear. How much better would this be if this was a Sketch plugin? I set up the Sketch plugin, I name my layers, right, according to the Airtable thing, and then, like, even if I went to another site, or maybe Banner Bear imports the template, maybe that's just a feature, import from Sketch, because I'll go nuts if I keep using this Banner Bear creation. So we'll create a new doc. Where is it? Here it is. All right. So let's say this is going to be for Banner Bear templates. Yeah, I'll just put it on my desktop for now. That works. I'm just going to capture this. And bring it over into Sketch. And now I can work in Sketch. Yay! So I can do my circle. And I can find my color. There we go. I'm going to do a triangle. Ooh, maybe polygons too, but let's do a triangle first. And let's make this that. And let's get a rectangle going. And let's do something blue. Cool. And now I'm thinking, okay, cool. What can we do with borders instead? Remove the fill, add a dash. Eight and 2. There we go. Can do like an offset kind of thing here. I don't like this triangle actually as much as the polygon triangle. So one trick in Sketch is make a polygon and then just set it to 3 sides. Then you have an equilateral triangle, which as you can see is quite a bit different. But let's take the style, Option Command C, Option Command V, boom. Maybe I'll make a few of these things. Let's make this 48. Go. Maybe I'll create like a little pattern here. Last one. Boom. All right. Get these to line up. Thanks, Pug. If you have any ideas for other colors that you think fits this scheme well, let me know. All right, then I can, whoops. Let's lock this bitmap. So now I can select around this, group these things together. I don't know if I liked making it, but I don't know if I like how it looks. I'm trying to come up with like just some really simple shapes. I think another thing that could be cool, where can I get some inspiration for these shapes? Do I just go on Dribble? Dribble and search for shapes. Let's sign in. Search for shapes. Here's some shapes. Slightly complex. Ooh, maybe like this kind of thing. Here we go. Let's click on this, and then I like this thing here. I'm gonna pull that back. Maybe I'll make something like this. A square and a circle and some dots. So who knows, maybe I want to, ooh, actually a couple. These kind of rectangles look nice, kind of like an equal sign. Kind of like that. I'm gonna just duplicate those and group those over here. And then I'll try creating something. Memphis patterns. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna try that out. Memphis patterns. Ooh, wow, interesting. What is a Memphis pattern? What is Memphis style? Is one of the most instantly recognizable design shapes, known for use of bright neon, primary and pastel colors, geometric shapes, and bold, repetitive patterns. Cool. Memphis style, Memphis pattern. I like it. I do want to grab, yeah, kind of like this kind of thing. If I had to pick one of these things that's kind of like in my head, it's kind of a mix of this and this. So let me grab these. Thanks for the tip. This is some good inspiration. So I've got that. And then I want to go back and get, where was it? Where's the other one? Here it is. I want to get this one too. I think that's not what I did. Let's see. I think I did this. Copy image. That'll be even better. All right, and now, so I kind of got like, right, like these circle things, that's like kind of like this, although it seems to follow a trend. So what if I did this blue box, but I used the style of this? Haha, look at that. It's kind of cool. We'll figure out the offsets in a little bit. And then this was fun to play with, but let's grab one of these guys. Oh, come on. And let's make it bigger. And then we can duplicate and then also do the same thing. Needs to be quite a bit bigger, or we need to make the finding the ideal gap. Maybe we make the dash a little smaller. Or pew 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 pew. I feel like there's a sound. There should be a sound effect associated with this. In this work. Looks like we're watching something now in slow motion, reverse. All right. It's kind of fun. What does that look like? Maybe the width we can change to. Maybe we set it to 8. Set our width to 8 and set the gap to 24. How will that look? 24, 8. Very much. Yes. Nothing wrong with having fun while we design these things. I also like this kind of curve here. In terms of how would I do that quickly in Sketch? Oh, they've got these like line things here too. That's cool. I'm feeling like let's just start with these things though. Should I make it even thinner? I'm torn. What does this look like applied to some of these other ones? That's kind of nice. It's maybe a little bit easier to rock. All right, and now in terms of offsets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Is that too big? Maybe. Maybe we offset in 2 directions. There we go. Nice. They feel a little lonely though. I'm gonna group these things together. And I'm gonna think about how can they play together in a way that's balanced. Right, so one way would be to put things in like opposite corners. By the way, for visually balancing something, I'll just use this triangle real quickly. When you're thinking about visual design, one of the exercises you can do is visual balance. So in your mind, right, you don't have to do this in Sketch, but you can if you want. Basically place your design on the top of a triangle and ask yourself, like, is this thing going to tip one way or another? Right? If I put all of this stuff, if I put all of this over here, then it feels like I gotta unlock it, I guess. It feels like things are going to be tipping, right? With all of that on one side. What other little elements can I add that will help balance this thing? Do I change the size? (120 minus 24). Whoops. Oh, whoops. I see something that I didn't do. I need to lock the aspect ratio. There we go. Now it doesn't look quite so funny. Lock aspect ratio 128. Maybe I just make some dots, right? Didn't one of them have just some random like dots and little things? How many colors do I want? Got 4 colors right now. That seems like quite enough. Do a giant, medium, large relationship. Interesting. Do you mean all next to each other, or basically if I have 3 things? Christo. Let's see if did he write something about that? Giant, medium, large. Giant bicycles. Nah. Alright, so where's the shot? Okay, so let's create an artboard now. I think I have those dimensions written down somewhere. No, I don't. I lied. I have it in my Snagit. Okay, here we go. So let's create an artboard. We're gonna create an artboard that is 1729 by 1057. And then the background color, we're gonna use this. And then we're gonna put some white text. I don't know if I have that font. I don't, but that's fine. I'll just use Open Sans for now. It'll be white. It'll be, I don't remember what the font size was. There we go. Should portfolios be used in the product? And let's start sizing this. 1729. Let's have 1729 minus 128. Let's have at least 64 pixels on each side. I think we need more than that. Minus 128 again. That's getting closer. Let's do one more. Cool. Product, design, hiring process, why or why not? Cool. All right, so now I've got some text to play with. Now I can pull these things over and let's try this pattern that Peleg is talking about. Giant, medium, large. What was it? Giant, medium, large relationship. Can you clue me in a little bit more on this giant, medium, large? Like, does the text count as giant? Right? Actually, I feel it should be bigger. I want to fill most of the space. Ooh, that's looking nice. Let's try 120. Just gonna scale these up a little bit. Oh, 180. Let's not do 180. Let's do 160. Let's do 184. Future dynamic composition. Yes, I will Google that. Whoops, I added a G. How to create dynamic compositions. I like it. Let's see what we can learn and apply. Blah, blah, blah. Contrast, blah, blah, blah. Hiker is very small. Nature is a subject. The hiker is a subject. Okay. A lineup of knights. You can contrast. Okay. Yes, this contrast, this is important. This isn't. Makes sense. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Can create motion. Because you go from the biggest thing to the smallest thing, and you also tend to do one really big object, 1 to 2 medium-sized objects, ton of tiny objects. Big object. Big is the woman with the bow. Medium object is mountains. Small is birds. Interesting. All right, let's see how we can apply this. Yeah. I like it. I get it. All right, let's try that with this one. Let's do like 1,000. Boom. Trying to decide, should it be on the top? I suppose the text can even be on top of it, but it's going to be harder to read. So I don't want it to interrupt the text. Maybe the text has to be a little bit smaller, huh? Okay, do this. Then this can be moved up. We can make this big giant thing bigger. Maybe we can put this up top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, how about this? And we can, oops, shoot. Let's get these groups. How's this gonna guide the eye? People are gonna be, maybe this should be in the top. Maybe this should be in the top left. Let's make a few variations so we can play around with this. I'm thinking that this should be in the top right corner, although this offset thing. There we go, something like that. Flip it. Maybe this should be at the top, because if it's really big, right, that's gonna kind of draw the eye, and then you can kind of follow from that. This can always be shorter. It doesn't have to be so wide. And then have something down here. They don't even have to be. Does it feel off balanced? This is horizontally centered, which isn't great because then I have that overlap. Could be really big like this too, right? It could just be on the side. So I've got kind of two ideas. Like one is this thing coming in from the top, and then the text, right? And then the bottom anchor. Or this one, which can get a little bit closer to being centered. What do you think? So we have, this is probably the weakest one, perhaps, because this has a lot of eye pull. This one kind of has a little bit of flow, right, from this big thing down, or this one, which is kind of left and down. Got candidate A, candidate B, and candidate C. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit too. This is another thing that can be helpful, is just zooming out to get a sense of what feels good. So like moving that one up more might help. The other thing too is there doesn't necessarily have to be just one, right? Having a variety could be helpful. Well, anyways, let's export Peleg C. I think this one's also I think this one in general is the strongest too. I wonder if I flip. I wonder if that's flipping it even better. Trap space on the bottom below the left shape. Pull the square up a bit. I wonder if this is before or after I flipped it. Maybe like this. Ooh, what about this? All right. I think this will be it. So I can export these shape images and now I can play around with the banner bear thing. So let's call this blue square. And this will be pink circle. It's missing overlap, the overlap. Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, let's see. Can I do something? Maybe that. There we go, just flip it. So we got blue square. It doesn't, right? You can take it a long time. And at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, people will be like, actually, we prefer this. Anyhow. All right, let's grab these. I think the flipping is gonna stick. So I got my pink circle. Now let's get the green triangle. Green triangle. And let's export all of these. Make exportable. Let's test. Let's export it as SVG and see what happens. 1x should be plenty big. I think I'm operating at a scale that's significantly bigger. Export these. Throw them on my desktop for now. Oh wow, interesting. It only grabbed this piece of it. Oh, that's pretty interesting. It grabbed the crop. It didn't actually grab the whole thing. So that's kind of unexpected. Let's do this as well. All right, I'm gonna export these as well. There we go. Okay. Now I can head back to the banner bear. And let's find out if it can import SVG. Desktop. Blue square. Oh, it appears. Let's see what happens. Whoa, there it is. Cool. Oh, I wonder if I just noticed, should the rectangle, because the dashed lines are rounded, should the square itself have rounded corners? Or is that contrast kind of nice? Okay, cool. So you can do SVGs. That's great. Blue square. Okay, let's add more. Such a weird way of adding images. Like, why doesn't it just ask for the image here? Yay, there's another one. And then last but not least, got the green triangle. Can name this green triangle and pink circle. Cool. And then, what's my, go back to sketch and see, 1040 wide. Okay, let's 1040. And I think, let's see what the font size I used is. 104. Okay, so it's smaller. 104. Cool. I'm gonna place that there. I'm trying to see what it looked like. So I've got 2.5 horizontal, so it was a little bit closer here. Then how many of these can I see? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Pretty close. Frank, long time no see. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay. Now the test. Let's save this template. This is going to be called, I'm going to try to remember this. It's going to be Memphis inspired, Memphis style inspired question. Questions. Save template. Okay, nice. Great. Now I gotta come up with the content for this. So this is the great thing. I think I can just can I duplicate this table? Of course. Amazing. So this is going to be questions for streaming. That's a long title. Let's just call it questions. And then message is going to be question. And let's use that line of text. Edit template. We're going to call text container, we're going to call it message. Do I have to can it be capitalized? It can. Where do I have it here? Message question is capitalized, so I think I'm doing this right. Okay, save template. And then did it actually get something? Let's add in a question. Let's add this in so we can find out if it's working. There we go. Let's add another one. What's another question that we talked a little bit about today? Maybe I'll ask, what's Memphis style? Or these are kind of hot take questions. So is Memphis style overused? Great. How is Frank? Okay. Nice. I'm glad things are going well. I'm glad to hear you are doing well. I'm glad you're able to join for a little bit today. All right, so Now these things are saved. Now let's see what happens if I do, this was a test request. Oh, so test request is pulling from here. So it's always going to generate this. That's no bueno. Let's go to Airtable integration. Base ID. I think it's this thing. All right, let me move this off camera. Something went wrong. I got an error message. Now let me move this off camera. All right, let's see. How do I find the stuff that I'm looking for? Share. Nope. Help. API documentation. Here we go. So that's the ID of the base. Okay, that's cool. So I'll add that in there, and then table name is questions. Airtable settings updated. I think I got it. Test connection, question, great. Rectangle 0, column not found. Okay, that's fine. Just fix this little thing here. I don't know why I would need this. Whatever. Okay, cool. I think I'm ready to bring it back. How do I actually get the images? I forget. You all. Okay, here we go. I'm bringing it back. So I've got the banner bear thing. I've got my Airtable. And I can do import now. Import, view all images. Cool, so I had 3 pieces of content, and now it's going to generate 3 images, and now we just have to test these things. How's Frank? Is Memphis style overused? So this one looks pretty good. The other ones feel, I don't know, not quite as balanced if they're very short. So maybe I should come up with either longer strings, but let's go ahead and open this in a new tab. This should be really big. It's nice and big. Oh, you know what? For Retina display, I should have made the image twice. I feel like I should have made the image twice as big. Well, let's just do this test. Banner bear image test. Streaming image test. All right. Oh, you know what? I can't test it. Because for whatever random reason, my streaming software, I can't find it. Like, it literally looks like it's not playing. But it literally looks like the program is not running, but YouTube says we're live. People are interacting and responding to things on the screen. So I actually can't. What can I do to simulate it? Well, actually, this display is pretty darn close. So I'm looking at this, and that looks pretty good. Now I'm noticing the border, the chrome of my stream, right? The content that's above me and the little thing on the left. Those are also potential patterns that I could use or pull in. But this looks fairly successful. This is cool because I can set up these different scenes and then I can pull up these questions. Or I could even create a simple website with links and then I just open the URLs, right? Just like this. Like this is, I mean, this is effectively just opening an image in a tab. Cool. All right, so I'm still super bullish. I think this way of like generating these kind of graphics is fantastic. It really makes it simple because now I can just come in here. And what other questions do people have? What questions? What are like good discussion questions? I think this should portfolios be used in the hiring process is a great one. I'm just going to shorten it up. Can remove the checks from these. How is Frank was funny, but people probably won't get that. What's your current I like these should questions. Should UX designers, it's called product. I feel like I talk about UX. Should UI, maybe I'll say this, should UI designers learn to code? Oh, what's another one? Someone's got to there's got to be like a library of these questions. Questions that designers ask. Where are people discussing UX stuff? UX Reddit? Is this a place we can go to get some questions? Do. Not seeing a lot of good candidates here. Ooh, I like Peleg's. Is no code the future? I'm gonna add a why or why not for that one. I think a lot of these do this because should is kind of like a yes or no, right? And that's really not the interesting question. It's the why or why not, the reason. Love it. Should new UX designers work at startups or big companies? Why? Ooh, all right. Peleg's got some more good ones. Basically, will AI replace the need for UX designers? Maybe when will? Should designers build their own products? Peleg, what's the flavor of that question? Because I see two ways to interpret that. One is like, should designers know how to build stuff, right? Like, should they be involved in building like the product that their company has prioritized? Or I see another way of interpreting it is, should designers build products for themselves, right? And there may be other interpretations as well. So is it like, should designers build products? Is it, should designers build products for themselves? Keep it as your exact language. I feel like I want to know more about that one. Will AI replace the need for designers? Why or why not? Side project. Interesting. So is another way of asking the question, should designers have side projects? Is that a fair question, way of saying it? Have side projects. Should designers work on side projects? I like the side projects even better because I think it opens things up. It's a little bit bigger funnel than what I think we think about when we think of products, which probably are like digital products. These are great. Making money type of way. Okay. So should designers work on side hustles? I'm actually gonna change the projects. I think it's more open, like because people will have different motivations, right? Making money, cool. Like if that's a goal and that's something you're trying to achieve, like having your own side business is great. I would say a project can be for anything though, really, right? Like your motivation could be having fun, right? Pure enjoyment, right? And intrinsic satisfaction. It could be something really challenging, like you're learning. If you can think of a way to monetize those things, great. More power to you. That's great. All right, maybe can we come up with a list of 10, so 3 more. Why aren't more designers live streaming? What else do I want to know? Ooh, I know. I have questions. I'm gonna go look on go back. My project stuff. I have some things. Skills. What are the skills UX designers most want to develop? So I want to incorporate that into a question. What skills are you most interested in developing? What else did I have here? Tools, followers. Suppose maybe put design skills. Design related skills are you most interested in developing? What design related skills do you want to develop? It's maybe simpler. Why? Okay. Maybe something that's has to do with sharing. What's your favorite design tool or process that I guess I want to say, what's your favorite design tool or process that isn't popular yet? It's kind of an odd way of asking the question. Peleg's probably got a better one. Should designers share their skills or keep it a secret? Interesting. Should designers share their it's like, it's even more than skills, right? It's like expertise. What's your favorite new design tool? Maybe that's what I'll say. New design tool. Why? All right, cool. We got 11. Let's just show how cool this thing is. This banner bear thing, we can generate these things. This thing is so freaking confusing that I keep forgetting how to do it. So you have to back up. I think that's the weird thing. So you have to get out of templates, because you can have multiple templates for a project, which I feel like I probably just want a bunch of projects, but I think this makes sense. Like, you have design questions, as I mentioned, like I could rearrange these shapes or change the size, do some different things, right? Come up with a few variations and put them in here. That could be cool. So again, how do I do this? I think I go to Airtable, and then you have to pick a template to use with Airtable, which makes sense, I guess. Can I get rid of? Actually, let me back up. Let me see if I can delete this one. No, you can't. You can't remove templates. Okay, and you have to go here, and you have to click this thing. And now I'm at a different, see, I have this different page, right? I have this different page, which is odd because if I click on this template, now I'm in the edit. Now I can't get the images. If I click Airtable from here, okay, I can get there 2 different ways. It still feels weird. And like most of the stuff I don't need at the same time. This would be I think this would be a fun design surgery. Maybe we can work on a future week is how can we redesign this banner bear thing to be simple enough that I don't feel like a complete idiot every time I use it and feel like I'm getting lost. Okay, so then you do import. Why isn't this at the top thing? Now I can go to view all images. And we should see like 11 things coming up. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Look at this. It's way faster than, what's the alternative, right? The alternative is in Sketch. Here we go. Copy this a bunch of times and then go through. Should designers share their expertise or keep it secret? Why? Right, I gotta do that for each one. That's annoying, right? No one wants that. That's the power of Banner Bear. I still haven't figured out if I would prefer Banner Bear to import template directly from Sketch, or if Banner Bear was a Sketch plugin that had a window hooking it up to Airtable and just running it. But anyways, let's check this out. Nice. It's looking good. Yeah? And the cool thing is, now I'm thinking about if I do these, if I just create this as a website, I can actually animate these. These are SVG, so like the border could be slowly rotating and these things could be like bobbling around and create some more visual interest. Yeah, the more stuff you create, the more inspiration you get, right? That's how it happens. Nice. I don't know why it shows it. What's this code used for? I don't understand why this is even shown. And I don't understand why all of these things are collapsed too. Like why would I need any of this? Oh, wait a minute. Is this a URL that I can just post up here? Invalid API key. Okay, you can't do that. But what if I do? If I do this, page not found. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand what this is useful for. Image URL. Oh, here it is. Here's the image URL. Image URL and image URL PNG. Oh, interesting. So they save it as a PNG as well. Maybe. I missed a letter. Uh-oh. Typo? Oh, that's cool. So yeah, here's the image. All right, where did I make a typo? Let's scan through this out. Readers should design code, no code of the future. Should new work at startups or big companies? Will AI replace the need for designers? Should designers work on side projects? Why aren't more designers live streaming? What design related skills do you want to develop? What's your favorite new design tool? Should designers share their expertise or keep it secret? Oh, you missed a letter. It's an API. You can send this code and get an image. I see. So programmatically, I could develop a web page that makes a request from the Banner Bear API, presumably. Missed a letter when copying API. Oh, did I? At the very end? So if I put this in... I don't know. I think that's one thing I'd like to wrap my head around. There's actually this Ghibli API. This article, I think it's a fantastic article. I love, I don't know how you say her name, Tanya Raskia? One of those names. Something like that. Anyways, she has a simple walkthrough of like how to do API with JavaScript, like simple thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should do this thing and like start getting more comfortable. Because I think being able to work with APIs can power a lot of stuff, which is cool. There's also the web components thing that I'm interested in. And I'm like, I'm interested, and at the same time, just like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until I run into an issue or I feel like I can save a ton of time by doing something different. Nice. All right. So we got all that done. I'm trying to think if there are any other tasks I wanted to complete today, because we've only got a few more minutes. About 5 minutes left. And ugh. 5 minutes left. What is else on my list? I don't have my list handy. I know what I'll do. Let's take a look at some of the volunteer projects. Maybe people have ideas. Here we go. All right. I'll bring this up on screen. A word of the day. For me, the word of the day, Peleg, was one you shared, which is the Memphis style. I guess it's 2 words. Memphis style is a word. The words of the day for me. All right, so top design tools, flagging top design tools. I guess this is Druin has started coming up with this list. I thought, all right, I can either spend some time doing mindless stuff, filling in the gaps, or I can start adding in some tools. So I think I'm going to start adding some tools. I'm going to add Notion, which is documents, I would say. Can also be spreadsheets. Can also be... Can you do design feedback easily in Notion? Collaboration, definitely. Any tool recommendations that people want to make? We've got quite a bit. We've got, let's see here, Adobe XD, Balsamic, Figma, Framer, InVision, Just in Mind, Notion, ProtoPie. And I think this is starting to be kind of a comprehensive list, but I think the goal will be to like whittle this down and also be able to talk about like who it's for, to make a recommendation. I think what's annoying are when people just share big lists of stuff. They're like, here's a list. Like, spend 100 hours going through this list and trying to figure out the 2 things you care about. I think what will be more helpful is being thoughtful and investing in how we think about these tools, and then just making recommendations. Hey, if these are if this is the computer you have and these are the kind of things you want to do, then this is your tool. Or we recommend this tool for you, right? we think you'll be happy with this tool. Google Docs. Do you call Google Docs for everything, or do you just call Google Docs for the word processing type thing? I think I'll make them separate. Google Sheets. Google Slides. What else am I'm just looking at my tools. Visual Studio Code. There's also... Ooh. CodePen. Actually, maybe I'll start setting up a CodePen. CodePen, UI design, prototyping, engineer handoff, motion design. Yes. Google Docs, documents, collaboration. It's mostly what it's for. Google Sheets, spreadsheets, Google Slides, presentations. And just trying to look at, ooh, Snagit, screenshots. I think we should, I guess I'll maybe make that an option. Oh yeah, whimsical. Yeah, we don't have that on here. Great. I was actually using it a bunch today. Create screenshots. Screenshots will be here and will be pink, I guess. Why does it say pink is selected? Oh, that's spreadsheets. I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. Maybe we'll do it purple because they're both S words. There's a little bit more differentiation. Oh, we don't have coding. I think coding will be easy to understand. Coding will be... Let's make it pink. Go. Whimsical. So whimsical can be wireframing, diagrams, it's mostly wireframing diagrams. I think there's another thing of like utilities, right? So I'm gonna add Loom. It's gonna be for screencasts. Great, screencasts. And this can be good for engineer handoff as well. And presentations, sure. Well, they mean a little bit different things. I'm gonna focus it just on the screenshots for now. Miro is like a big whiteboard. Miro, I'm gonna say collaboration. I don't know. I don't remember what kind of tools they have. Do they have diagramming tools? And UI design tools? Wireframing tools? I don't even remember. I just remember using Miro as a big whiteboard where I started putting a bunch of stuff. MindNode. Pika Text. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Pika text. Pika? Pikachu? Pika text. Stop typing, start copying. Grabbing text from image, interesting. So I think that's built into the screen capture tool that I use as well. Just show it working. Pick a text. Yes, see examples. Clicking on it and nothing is happening. I scroll, do I see any examples? Here are examples. Select contents out of an image or magic. I didn't really understand the button, but whatever. I'm getting total deja vu. Like someone has shared this with me and I spent time on this website and was talking about it on a stream. I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to check it out. I'm gonna create another section for like candidates. I think this is a thing. Let me create another column. Top tool. And it'll be a checkbox. And I'm gonna put in Figma and Adobe XD and Sketch right away. And Framer and Balsamic. All right, we'll just start with a few. And then what's cool is you can come down here and you can do this. What is it called? Come on, there it is. Linked database. So you create a linked database, and then you do this. What's this one called? Top design tools. Boom. And then you create a view, a filter for top tool is checked. Why? Yeah. So these are the actual top tools, and then these are basically like all candidates. Nice. All right, it's after 8. We've been hanging out. We started off with some games. I think what I'll do is I will, if anyone wants to play games for a few minutes, I feel like I didn't really get to draw with the Drawsaurus. I'll end the stream, or I'll put the Drawsaurus link in chat. Whoa, what's this? Wait, what is it? Draw a Soar? It's this one. Oh, .org. Can I recreate this room? No. Create room. All right. UX design. Okay. I'm gonna create this room and then I'm gonna sign off. So see y'all next week, hopefully at the normal time. Stay safe, be healthy. If you want to play, come join and let's play a couple rounds of this. Otherwise, hope to see you next week. Good night, everyone.